Good morning, students. So today we are having our class online, and we are still in the unit 1. Means in the last class we had discussed some of the portion, and today we are going to complete the chapter. And I had shared some material in the group also. Means one book, that is The Perspective of Environmental Studies. This I had shared the e-copy, and I am also consulting another book, that is Fundamentals of Ecology by MC Dash. So the material that I have provided, and like the offline classes would be better for understanding it. But then also in today's class, let us in general know about the ecosystems, structure, function, and then the process of succession. So what do we mean by succession? Succession is a process that starts with no living organism, means a bare land. That could be areas where no living organism ever existed. For example, let us say the bare rock, or in areas where somehow lost all the living organism that ever existed. Succession could also be divided into primary succession and secondary succession. Succession could be also different in case of aquatic ecosystem and in terrestrial ecosystem. So in this picture you can see that the phytoplanktons are there in the initial stages of succession, while reed swamp are there in the final stage of succession. Similarly, in case of the terrestrial ecosystem, we find the grasses are in the initial stages of the forest ecosystem, and trees are found in the final stages of succession. And the various stages of succession are as such: the nudation, invasion, competition, reaction, and stabilization. Nudation means the bare land without any life forms. So this we can say, for example, due to drought or glacier. Next is the invasion, when the foreign organism, for example the microorganisms or seeds, they travel to that bare land. The organisms then establish their community in that bare land, and after that the competition or coaction stage take place. Next is the reaction. Here the living organisms grow using the water and nutrient and substratum, and then they form a strong influence over the environment of that place. The next stage is the final stage of the whole process of succession. It is known as climax or stabilization. So in case of the terrestrial ecosystem succession, we can say that the existence of trees, that is whenever the grassland has converted into a forest land, then we can say that the final or the climax stage has reached, or the stabilization of that ecosystem. So for today I have shared the material of succession in your group also. I have consulted 2 books, and like earlier classes, actually I had done the energy flow in an ecosystem, then the structure and function of ecosystem, functional attributes, and the structural components of an ecosystem. So if you all have any doubts on this chapter of ecosystem, then you all can ask in the offline class. Together with the structure and function of ecosystem, we also come across the topic of productivity and that of decomposition. So productivity is actually divided into primary productivity and secondary productivity. I have shared the material of this book in the group, so you all can go through that. Productivity is actually the conversion of energy, the solar energy, into the chemical energy in plants by the process of photosynthesis. So this you all need not go through in details. For example, it is not included in your syllabus. Then also it is a very important function of an ecosystem. So since we are studying about the structure and function, so in that function actually the productivity of plants and animals is important. So productivity could be defined as the amount of biomass or organic matter produced per unit of area over a certain period of time. And this is done by the green plants in the process of photosynthesis. So that is known as the primary productivity. Secondary productivity consists that whenever the herbivorous animals feed upon the green plants and they convert the green plants into the biomass of their body, that is the animal body, that process is known as secondary productivity. Similarly, there is a tertiary productivity also, but it is not included, not required right now. In the process of productivity, the conversion of the solar energy into chemical energy could be learned in the different trophic levels. In an ecosystem, we have, like in a last class, we have known about the conversion of the primary productivity into secondary one, and in an ecosystem we can learn it in the pyramid, ecological pyramid. So here we have the different trophic level: primary producers, the primary consumers, secondary consumer, and the tertiary consumers. So after learning about the ecological pyramid, we can very well know about the conversion of energy from one trophic level to the next. And again, it is different in case of the different ecosystem. For example, the aquatic ecosystem, it would be different. In case of the forest ecosystem, it would be different. So please go through the study material as well as this lecture video, and after that you all can ask me any queries and question if you have. That question comes to your mind in the next offline class. Thank you.